It's a beautiful Friday morning. We are gonna head to the gas station and top everyone off and spend the weekend exploring the mountains.
Best products and best service from people who really care and love what they do. Mountain State Overland is proudly supported by OK 4-Wheel Drive.
When we're all in a line like this, the person in the back is responsible for keeping the speed, controlling the speed of the whole group, especially when we're turning. So you don't want to turn until the person behind you can see you and you can see them. That just makes it so that we don't lose anyone or make wrong turns or anything like that. On the really narrow roads, you want to space out more, like even where you don't even see the person in front of you, just in case a car comes the other way and we all need to find a separate place to pull over. Today is going to be pretty great. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, but there's a couple really cool places that we're probably going to stop. We should be hitting camp a little bit early tonight at Spruce Knob or at Experience Learning and hang out and cook some food, and hopefully it's a clear sky tonight.
I really aspired to be an outdoorsman. I'm not really a super outdoorsman, to be honest with you, but I do like it, and I hunt and fish a little bit when I can. You know, I had a couple cars and into modifying them and racing and doing things like that, and I've always had a truck as well. And a few years ago, I was just on, you know how YouTube was, it would just give you the next video and the next video, and I'm always watching like cars or trucks or tractor or something, you know, interesting, and just stumbled upon overlanding, and I'm like, what is this? And then I probably spent like 6 hours watching videos about it, and I was like, this is crazy. So we used to go camping once or twice a year with friends of ours, and so we said, well, I don't really want to go camping in a parking lot full of RVs. I'm not like camping. So it was really an opportunity to kind of reach out a little bit further than a traditional state park or campsite, and find a way to do that. And it fit up with, you know, my interests in vehicles. And I think a lot of people, if you watch videos or talk to people or talk to Instagram, they always say, get out there first. Don't do too much. Don't figure out what you need. If you're interested in trucks and you're interested in modifying your vehicle, then by all means do that. If that's what's fun for you, do that. Like, a lot of people kind of try to keep you from spending too much money at first or doing the wrong thing, and you have to find what interests you in it. And some people are more interested in a more remote experience or sleeping in a tent, and some people really like trucks, and that's cool too. And sometimes, you know, there's a lot of pressure to try to do that, but I think, you know, I think it's cool if that's what you're into, you know. As I've accumulated more gear, I actually bring less stuff. I never even use any of it, so I kind of like pared everything way down actually to like the essentials.
Good for you.
And we're not like in Africa, so it's like, okay, well, if I'm missing something, you can always find a store to buy it or something, you know. It's not like we're so remote that you can't go buy something you forgot or something you figure out you needed, you know. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Doritos, pistachios, Pop-Tarts, and then Cheetos still in the bin.
Nice.
I'm technically a newbie on both. I've done a couple outdoor stuff here and there, like kayaking, canoeing, rock climbing, caving, like once, twice each time. And then overlanding itself, I just technically started. This is actually my first trip. Living as an Army brat, I traveled to different countries. So I've seen, like, I lived in Germany, and I remember as a kid in elementary school and in middle school, going to like castles for field trips and stuff. Most people say that you going off-road and stuff, they expect you like big boulders and pots and stuff and everything, and most people don't realize is driving on regular road, gravel road, sometimes off-roading. So it's a combination of all that stuff, and I think it's a misconception that most people think that it's just all off-roading and mud and dirt. Kept my mind open about this whole thing. So, like I said, it's the first time actually spending time in West Virginia. So, first time on a rooftop tent. So, a lot of firsts for me. So, I kept keeping an open mind, and so far so good. Just been a little bit too cold to cook. So hopefully we'll change that tonight.
Yeah.
Can I skip dinner? Half one. I don't know why I feel this.
Great day.
Yeah?
Yeah, got to camp a little bit early. There was snow on the top of one of the ridge lines, which was pretty sweet. Colors were amazing. My mom's here. Ruthie's here. Good friends are here. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
What more do you need? All right, well, it's been a fun day. It's been several weeks since we went camping. I mean, we camped at Overland Expo East, and stayed at the Bench, which was awesome, but it's not the same as actually getting out here and, doing a trip, spending all day kind of exploring, driving, meeting new people. I met Scott today. I mean, he was pumped. He was like, let's go see my property. And I said, okay, what is it? He said, 600 acres up on top of a mountain. So you can't say no to that. Tell us where we're at.
Yeah, we're at a very remote mountaintop. It's called Buffalo Ridge. My wife and I got about 600 and some acres here, and we've had for a while, and just ran into Jason because I saw Mountain Land, Overland Adventures or something, and I said, what is this? And he said, this is what we do. We stop on people's property and enjoy it, and then we move on and share it with others. So I thought that was a cool thing to do.
But there's some history here, right? What'd you say,
1779. I guess the frontiers people, when they first migrated in here, they cleared this land here by girdling the trees and built a cabin down there. And of course, they fetch water over the hill at a spring.
Yeah. Hey, Scott, I really appreciate you.
Thank you so
letting
much.
me come here. It's been awesome.
Glad to meet you guys.
Yeah.
I started getting into overlanding largely due to wanting to get off the ground and stop getting wet. One thing led to another, and all that just kind of snowballs. I really like what you guys do with the whole thing. It's like you guys, it's a guided tour, which is really cool. In the area that we're in, you guys do a lot of cool stuff with the history along the route, so we not only get to see some really good views, as you can see out the windows, but we'll also get to a little bit about a state that I don't know anything about. This particular trip is West Virginia. So, well, we all like going out in the outdoors and seeing stuff. Like I said, we're all been really well traveled ever since the kids were, infants. We've done road trips. So, sitting in a vehicle and going and traveling has always been a normal for them. I know some kids don't have that opportunity, but they get to see cool stuff. And unfortunately, this trip, sickness hit the house, and we had to do a solo trip this time. But we'll take notes of the routes, and we'll do our own. We want to do a trip to Alaska, so from Ohio to Alaska, and then we have a friend in Seward, and from there, while we're there, we'll probably go all the way north and hit the Arctic Ocean, because why not? You're there.
Okay.
Okay, straighten out. Straighten out. Just easy. Okay, passenger. Straighten out. Straighten out. Nice and easy, nice and easy. There you go, perfect. Driver, the driver. Okay.
Straighten it out.
I think just smaller group, like just fewer people. It makes for just like feeling like we're just hanging out and taking it easy, right? It's easier to make decisions and slow down if we wanted to, or like today we decided to cut out a little bit part of the route and reroute back to camp so we can get here earlier and kind of set up and hang out. So it's just good pace, and yeah. Another one in the books. We'll see you next time.